Buenos dias, buenos dias, buenos dias. Let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever had this happen to you or to somebody you know? Hey, so and so, can you do me a favor? Can you go into the pantry and can you grab the sugar? And when we're asked that, to do that, we say, there's no sugar in the pantry. We don't have any. And then the person responds back to us, yes, we do. It's over on the right hand side. It's right next to the flour and the cinnamon and all those things. It's right there. We've got sugar. It's in a bag. And we say, no, there isn't. There isn't any sugar. And then they say, hey, look, just walk over to the pantry, right side, next to the flour, next to the cinnamon. Just go over there, walk over there, check it out, grab it, and bring it to me. I'm telling you, there is some. So we walk over to the pantry. We go in there, right side, next to the flour, next to the cinnamon, and we're looking. Lo and behold, there's no sugar. There is no sugar. But if you guys know where I'm going, all of a sudden the person that asked us to do that goes, never mind, I'll do it myself. So they walk over to the pantry. They move us aside. They go to the right side, next to the flour, next to the cinnamon. They grab the sugar. Say, here it is. There's sugar. I told you there was some. Scotoma. Scotoma. Say that with me. Scotoma. This is a real thing that exists. It's been labeled. You can look it up if you want. What is scotoma? Well, it's exactly what I just talked about. It's the fact that we will not be able to see something that we don't believe. We won't be able to see something that we won't believe. Now, wait a minute. We're talking about a very concrete example of sugar being in a pantry and me believing, because I made that statement, there is no sugar. I'm telling you it's not there. And then I'm told to go. So I finally go and I can't find it. But it was there the entire time. Now, connection. My mind believes that there is no sugar in that pantry on the right side next to the flour and the cinnamon. It transfers to my eyes not being able to see the sugar that is right in front of me. Scotoma. It's a real thing and it's happened to all of us. So what can we learn from this example? Well, I'm glad that you asked. If we don't believe in our minds certain things, we won't be able to see them. So now is kind of when we get into the mindset part. Do I believe that I am capable of achieving my goals? Do I believe that I am capable of becoming a certain kind of person? Like, can I perceive that in my mind? Can I see that? Because if I can't, then scotoma comes to life and I won't become that person. I won't be able to do those things. I won't be able to achieve those things. Those goals will remain forever just outside of myself and not something that I can do. If we're parents, if we're coaches, we've seen this play out with other folks, haven't we? Time and time again, where we can clearly see, as a former teacher and as currently a coach, I can see, and I used to be able to see the potential, the blocks lining up, the abilities that some people had, the potential that some people had. And I would relay that out to them and tell them. But because they couldn't believe it in their minds, they were never able to be and become those things. It's when we're able to believe those things that we can see those things. The tricky part about this is that this is where imagery and this is where visualization comes in. Because we are needing to project to our minds a future version of ourselves that is not yet here. In other words, it's not as simple as having somebody walk over to the pantry, and when that person moves me aside, when they grab that sugar off of the shelf, and then they can show me the sugar and say, look, it's been here the entire time. You missed it. Scotoma, right? It's not that simple, because I can say to you, you have tremendous potential to be able to achieve this goal. You have tremendous potential to do this thing, but I can't grab it like I did the sugar off the shelf and show it to you. That becomes the work of the individual. So you're watching this video, and guess what? Although people can be a support system for you, although people can try to point you to certain things, the hard work and the heavy lifting of becoming that person, achieving those things, being successful, that lies on you, or better yet, within you, because you've got to be able to see that in your mind, and then with your eyes you can begin to see evidence of that thing around you. Here's what I'm going to challenge you with. Start with that belief. Say it to yourself. Write it down. I can achieve this thing. I can become this kind of person. I can be successful. I can start up my own business. I can be a kinder person. I can not let my temper get the best of me. I can, run this time in a 5K. I can win this bike race. Whatever it happens to be, start there and just massage it into your mind. Like actually believe it. Begin to believe it. It's a projection, but begin to believe it. And then pay attention to the sugar that could be sitting on that shelf that you've never seen before. Hey, you know what? My workouts are actually pretty good. Like, my workouts are actually getting better. Like, my workouts are actually beginning to point towards me possibly being capable of winning that bike race. Or, wait a minute, I'm believing that I could start up that business, and I'm believing that I could be a successful entrepreneur. Hey, wait a minute, I'm beginning to see I've got some creativity within me. I've got some resiliency within me that are necessary traits for an entrepreneur to be successful. Like I'm seeing that. You see, it's not going to be as quick as somebody coming up and saying, "There's the sugar. You missed it all along. There it is. Here." It's going to take more time than that. It's going to be a process. It's going to be little by little, but you see, the cool thing about this is, if you open up your mind to believe this thing, then you're going to be able to see things that you've never seen before. And if you're a good listener to your support system around you, then you almost get that rush, that little momentum, that little tailwind, because all of a sudden you go, wait a minute, I've had people telling me some of these things because they saw some of these things in me, and I was never able to really see those, but now the picture is becoming more in focus, and I'm actually beginning to see some of those things play themselves out. And it's such a neat and it's such a beautiful process, because that's how it works. But where does it begin? It begins in your mind with the beliefs that you have. And sometimes they are, as I said in the previous video, imagined references. You make them up. You visualize them. You can't see them. You can't touch them yet. The only place that they exist is here. But we can go from here to here. Don't block your eyes from being able to see things, because this is not open and receptive to entertaining new possibilities and new horizons. All right, folks, that's it for today. I hope that this has been beneficial for you. I'd love to plug in with you and hear how your journey's going with this kind of stuff. I mean, when we start talking about beliefs and we start talking about what we believe and kind of rewriting the script and thinking of ourselves in new ways, I know that that can be scary. I know it's challenging, and I get all of that. So I would love to connect with you and hear how your journey is going with these kinds of things and these mental processes that maybe you haven't really plugged much into, but hopefully with the watching of these videos, like you're beginning to actually go, okay, you know what? Cool. Like I would love to try out some of this stuff and see if it works. I'd love to connect with you. So shoot me an email, mario@utmostperformance.org. Jump on the website, utmostperformance.info, and I would love to connect with you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day, folks. Until next time.